Hello, class of Becky Pasco. I am in Lincoln on Friday morning because the weather's looking rough. So I recruited some team members to help me so that we could present virtual reference virtually. So all of us were at the Michael Stevens Symposium last night and are a little charged up and thought we could add some information to the class. So today I'm going to show you what the Library Commission does in terms of chat and virtual reference. Email is something we've been doing for, I don't even know how long, 10 years possibly. So that seems like nothing we really need to go into as it's basic to the telephone. But chat is something we've only been doing for a year. And I want to emphasize that if it weren't for my teammates who are sitting in this room, I wouldn't have been pushed into doing it. So part of virtual reference is having great teammates who are chatters at home and like to do that sort of thing so that they push you into doing that at work as well. So I owe a great hand to Krista Burns, Alana Novotny, and Susan Isley, who helped implement chat into our service. And to date, we've had about 12 chats a month since we've started. And I don't know how that compares with other schools, but I just looked at that this morning. So here's where the Library Commission front page is. Oh, and kudos to Michael Sowers for being our videographer. Thank you so much. This is all on the fly. Totally, we're on our first cups of coffee, so what you get is what you get this morning. On the Library Commission front page, Becky Pasco will always tell you to go to the lips. And here is our chat page. This will indicate to you right here that we are online, which are the hours we are open, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And literally, you will type right here. So I am logged in on my side, which is, this is how the reference desk side looks. We have accounts with AOL, help me.
ICQ is the flower one.
ICQ,
AOL,
Yahoo,
Google, and MSN.
Hotmail, MSN, sorry. So we have 5 different accounts, which makes as accessible to, this is an aggregator that makes chat available through one particular service. And it pings when it goes off. So at the reference desk, this is what will happen when we're sitting at the desk and Alana is typing a question now, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Normally we wouldn't know these sorts of things. Here in this, and that's how it sounds. Oh, Alana's asked me this question before. And then I'll go about finding that for her. Because Alana asks me this all the time. Because she's working on Nebraska Access.
So Alana is lazy and doesn't remember the answer? Just relies on the reference librarian.
So,
it's variations of the questions.
We'll Google a few things here. And I think I've sent Alana this one before.
And technically, I usually want copyright free.
Yes, you do. So Alana, and I've had in my experience when I click on that link that sometimes it brings up another browser, and that's usually what will happen. So sometimes that can be problematic or not to your customers. Alana, what happens when you click on the link?
I actually can't click on the link. I'm just going to copy and paste it though.
Oh, and you're going to open another browser. Okay. Okay, and then in the mark of good customer service, you say, ending with the preposition, anything else I can help you with? A couple things I want to say here. We've had one customer add us as their buddy, and I think that's great because you should always be right there. They can think about asking you questions. And another point of etiquette that I'll point out is that I leave this up until I get a prompt that says this customer has left your page, and don't leave just yet. I also want to point out that they're totally anonymous, and there's some chat services that are not. They want to have a record.
Some of them request that you enter your email address.
Right. And I think that might be in some chat services for the purpose of sending you a log afterwards. And you would have to cut and paste this before you left the page if you did want to keep this. Because to my knowledge, when you go away from it, gone. I don't believe you can recreate it, which is great for your confidentiality records. It goes nowhere. There's no way you can provide it to courts. If they were to subpoena you, you can't. So I like that actually as a librarian. Once it's gone, it's gone. But the patron may need to keep some websites that you sent them. So I leave this up completely until the patron has left the page, and I've had patrons literally hang on for an hour, 2 hours, and sometimes they ask another question.
Can you show them how you know they're still on the page?
Yeah, and go ahead and leave the page now, Alana. And basically she has to just go away from that chat page altogether or exit out of her browser. And it does take a while. There can be a serious lag. Have you all noticed this to be true? One thing I want to point out, and Michael Stevens pointed this out, if you're, yep, and it'll come always in this gray color, that they've left your page. That way you know you can hang up, so to speak.
Well, you might also, don't you see up in the right-hand corner when someone's on your page too?
Yes, it'll.
I mean, yeah, in the column on the right.
In the buddy list, under Ask Librarian, someone else is
Yeah.
on the page right now.
These are the other folks who are offline, yeah. Right, okay. So you can see that they're still there, that's correct, thanks Susan. Michael Stevens pointed out something last night that validated something that we did right here, was that when you're trying to get your staff used to something, you should use it before you have to use it for the customers. And that's why these people are all here too, because they were chatting one with another, and we're all down the hall from one another. So it really wasn't
The
as though
epitome of laziness.
it was such an effort to get to talk to one another, but we could chat with one another, and that helped us practice and get comfortable with it. And sometimes we set up assigned time to practice. Alana would chat with me at the desk just so I'd get used to it, and that did really help. It made a big difference, just because it was just more typing in a different format. So have we covered everything that you think is important? I'm asking the three of you down here.
I think so.
The important elements of Meebo. You want to talk about adding a Meebo widget?